Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday, and welcome back to, I don't know, when did this game come out? 2002? Which is almost how long it's been since I've ever actually played vanilla. So this will be exciting. Anybody else excited? So shame we couldn't get the classic music to play unless I relaunch the game, and then it'll probably break shit, so I have to live with it. Oh yeah, Vassar. I mean, we beat all three guilds of Night of the Raven, so I figured we'd take a crack at this, since I haven't played without Night of the Raven in like 15 years. Oh, I know. Good morning, Boglin. Good morning, Val. And how dare you say such a thing? Honestly, the part that I think will be the most shocking is just hearing how different the opening dialogue is, because for some reason Zardos and the hero re-recorded the same lines for Night of the Raven when they added the new ones. Good morning, Ballad. So, setting this up was a bit tricky. I basically had to install the game on my laptop, move the files over onto a flash drive, and then move them onto my PC, which thankfully is possible with these old-ass games because they only install in a single directory. They don't, you know, deposit files all across your hard drive, and you can't play without them. Oh, they came indeed. The unfortunate thing is I was not able to install the DX11 mod for this, even though I was assured that the same mod worked for all versions. It did not. It refused to install on this version. Like, when I tried to install it, I kept having errors and would just cancel the download. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like that might be for the better, because it kind of gives us the classic atmosphere. The real reason I was worried is just that a lot of times, yeah, no random invisibility, no glowing crotch rocket with the undead dragon, anything like that, but I'm actually weighing up whether or not I would use it in the walkthrough, but I still kind of, I like it without the problems. But yeah, anyway, at least it's going to give us that classic Gothic 2 atmosphere. Let's say we crack in with it. I don't think that's a figure of speech that has ever been used. Oh boy. Alright, we have to skip the intro. It was about to crash.
Finally, I've been trying to bring you here for days.
I felt like I spent 3 days lying under a load of rocks.
Well, so you did. Only the magic within your armor kept you alive. But enough of this. You're bound to get all your strength back.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The sleeper
Has been banned. You vanquished him, so much is true. But it's not within our power to stop the war that ensues now.
You're talking about the orcs?
I am talking about much more terrible creatures. With his final furious scream, the sleeper has set into movement the armies of darkness. It was an order to all evil creatures, a word of power that they were all bound to obey. His last order was, "Come," and they came, all of them, even the dragons.
Dragons?
They are creatures of an ancient power. I can sense their presence, even here. And they have gathered an entire army of lowly servant creatures around them.
Where's this army now?
The army is camped not far from here, in the Valley of Mines near Corinus, and they're getting ready to attack. We do not have much time left.
So yeah, his dialogue actually makes more sense in this version. I don't know why they changed it so much. Obviously, they had to add the bits that refer to Jarkandar and everything. I actually got to turn down the volume a bit. I don't know. Is the volume okay? It's loud for me, but just might be my headphones. When was the last time you heard this dialogue without clicking through all of it? Yeah, I'm probably not going to click through it just because this is a nostalgia trip. I kind of want the whole feeling.
Well, then let's hurry to get out of here.
If we flee now, then it's only to face the dragons later. With the help of the soldiers and the magicians who live around here, we can stop them before their army is completely formed. We're not going to get a better chance.
But man, I'm tired.
I need weapons.
I can only give you whatever little I have here. Look around in my tower. Anything that looks useful to you, you can have.
What can we do?
This time we cannot handle it by ourselves. Only the power of Innos will help us against these dragons. A group of paladins is stationed in the city of Corinus, not far from here. They possess a powerful artifact which could help us to defeat the dragons. They call it the Eye of Innos. You need to get hold of this artifact. Tell the paladins about the threat. You must convince their leader to support us.
Because that would just be too easy. Yeah, I was thinking try and level up, one-handed and two-handed weapons at the same time. Really, that would be better. Good use of my learning points. That's actually what my brother did, and he warned me about that. When I started playing, he was just like, yeah, don't try to level up both skills at the same time. Because he was very inefficient by the time he reached Chapter 3 and couldn't, kill anything. Crossbows. Hello, Schrodinger.
What exactly is the Eye of Innos?
It's an amulet.
Nobody
Legend
should
has
use
it that
crossbows.
Innos himself was poured part of his power into this amulet. It will restore some of your lost strength and help us defeat the dragons.
That's
it
a
also
lie.
has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about that once the amulet is yours.
I don't know why it says to restore your hidden strength, or restore your strength. It doesn't do anything of the sort. Just add some defense.
Why would the paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know that?
There are a number of reasons. The most important being, you have defeated the Sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead by now.
Let's assume
Damn.
you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the paladins know that's true?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on, the paladins cannot doubt your words any longer.
So people, I think, act like this is the first line in the games where the hero kind of changes from an everyman sort of character to the chosen hero, like the chosen one. And I think it upset a lot of people, but Zardos kind of did have a really throwaway reference in the first game, suggesting the same thing when he mentioned the Orcish prophecies talking about a holy foe. Yeah, exactly. It's just, I think for some reason the whole concept of the Eye of Innos and it choosing its bearer, and that obviously being you, is kind of what threw people off. Yeah. And then Gothic 3 happens and it's like, yeah, you're the chosen of all three gods. Pick which one you choose.
How can I get to the city?
Just follow the path from here through the mountains. The city is large. You cannot miss it, but watch out. The path to town is not without dangers, and you aren't nearly as strong as you once were.
Oh, I think
I'll
we
be
can
on my
handle
way
the
as fast
dangers.
as I can.
Good. And one more thing. Don't tell anyone that you've talked to me. Above all, don't tell any magician. Since I have gone into exile, the Circle of Fire has taken me for dead, and that's a good thing.
The menace. I love how the chapter splash screen is just Zarda sitting in a chair. I was supposed to actually take dexterity. Oh, do they? Sorry, I'm making plans for this afternoon. I feel like the idea was that they turned crossbows into a support weapon for characters going heavy, players going heavy into strength, but the fact that it still depended on dex for its damage calculations is what screwed it up. Ooh. I've completely changed my control scheme. Somehow I glitched the game out last time when I put I bound the left-right swings the same buttons that I used for the same mouse buttons that I used to open my inventory. I couldn't really get away with that this time, so I had to rebind the inventory key to another one, and it's gonna screw me up. Oh, the Beliar Shrine, all right. We're we're probably just going mage again. Because that's what, I mean, the Shrine to Beliar is gone. Yeah, the whole perspective has changed quite a lot because without the DX11 mod, we don't get the infinite draw distance. I suppose it would be better to use Dexterity, like crossbows are better than Gothic 1. Yeah, I mean, again, they would be better. I think they were okay as a support weapon. Again, good for pulling enemies, but they just weren't worth investing in. And the only reason they could eventually be okay, useful in Night of the Raven is because you got stuff like the stone tablets that'll help you level that shit up. Yeah, I know, Val. That's one thing I do remember them changing or adding in Night of the Raven was the Shrines of Beliar. I do find it funny that Zardos isn't supposed to be a follower of Beliar, but he does kind of go whole hog with it. Another thing that has changed down here is we don't have Zardos's nice botanical garden down here. So all of those plants that we could grab. Shrines were needed to summon the demons who used to build the tower. Well, I don't know why you got rid of it. Maybe just to stop them showing up again. Yeah, no belts. Yeah, where's his undead caretakers? The Yanitor. Wait, what? Oh, that's... You know what? That's another thing I forgot. For some reason, I can't do game capture with this game. It just won't show up. So I had to do a window capture. I forgot to actually put it to the bottom of the hierarchy. So it should be fixed now. Also, I think the bottom of the screen is getting cut off. I see like a small black line across the bottom. I think that might be because I'm doing a window capture and part of the window off the screen, but I'm not sure that's the case. Something with the resolution isn't quite right, and I can't really fix it. Can't see. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I think, for some reason, space is still bound to draw a weapon. Whoa, that was a slingshot. Oh, you know what? I forgot to take my antihistamine this morning, and I was wondering why my nose is running. So, be right back. Yeah, it's a funny thing. You can usually tell what they've added, what dialogue strings were added with the expansion, because the recordings will sound a little bit different. So with Lester, I think there was like... The recording sounded a little bit cleaner, but also sounded like the actors were further from the microphones when they did the lines regarding how to get into the city. Well, Larry's doesn't really have a way. He just applauds you for finding your own way. But yeah, you can still do that. We will give it a shot. I think for some reason, anytime I go into first-person mode in this, I'm always like thinking of first-person Gothic 3 and how they like did it wrong. Because all they did was literally just move the camera into the character's head. Not even into it, like above it. So it looks so janky. Alright, here's our first real enemy. Let's see how hard goblins are.
Nothing there.
Nothing there. I also feel like, I mean, I always remember bows being really, like, useless. Sorry, something's in my throat. I remember bows being, like, useless early on in the game, but I almost feel like the, like, minimum range was a little bit higher in vanilla. Maybe it was Betsy? Maybe it was Bruce. Oh, I forgot to do the edit to make me have more inventory panes. There's a weird shine effect on the water. I'm not really sure how they did it. I mean, it looks like it's trying to reflect something. I can't tell what it's reflecting. I actually always thought, like, the skyboxes in games of this era were actually really, like, kind of impressive. I mean, not really impressive, but they look nice. I think goblins were made more aggressive in the expansion. They're not really taking swings at me. Hey. Oh. Think so? I don't know. I've only encountered 2 of them so far, so.
Nothing to be had there.
They also don't carry duplicates of their weapons. There's a weird glitch that neither Raven did.
Nothing there.
Oh, goodness. He showed up. Hello, Black Wolf. I was wondering where you've been. Like, it's been awfully quiet. Oh, and here's another glitch. That happened way more often in the vanilla game. If you put your bow away before he, like, knocks another arrow, it gets stuck like that. Unfortunately, it's, like, kind of permanent. I hear you. All work and no play. Also, Black Wolf, are you friends with Fingers? Because he hasn't been around either. I'm a little worried about him. No, stop whining. Oh! Even these seem a little less aggressive. Ow. Why does the music seem so damn loud? Let's do the combat music. That's what I was asking you. He hasn't been around in a few months, and I actually forgot what his Steam handle was, so I'm not sure if he's even been on Steam. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of spoiled on all, like, the texture packs that I've used over the years, because classic textures, they look almost like impressionist art, where they're kind of so, like, splotchy. Also, I feel like I am not usually in the habit of picking up every plant I walk past. And yet I feel compelled to do that, like it's my first time playing all over again. Yeah, Witcher 3 stream started. I ended up having problems, but I don't know. I actually really, even after I deleted the mod and started playing it again, I still haven't really been that enthused about it. I don't know. The game doesn't really grab me, but maybe I just need more time with it. This isn't Night of the Raven. I mean, they ideally look the same, but we're playing through vanilla again. Or, I say again, playing through vanilla for the first time in 15 years. Oh, there's no eating sounds. What the fuck? I think something bugged out. Why are those frogs so loud? I think there's something in this dialogue that spawns... Oh no, it's right here.
There's another of those scummy beasts.
Oh god. Oh, even Lester has like the bad
One less monster
combat
around.
AI.
Is that you?
Oh, it's me.
Really? Man, am I glad to see you.
Lester, how did you get here?
That was a crazy escape. After the barrier exploded, I wandered around the area for a while in total confusion. Then I spent days fighting my way through these woods until I finally found this valley here. Diego, Milton, and Gorn are still in the Valley of Mines. At least, I think so.
I think some texture packs are good. If they like touch up the graphics and just kind of like make them higher resolution or make them come together better at the seams, then I like those. But I don't like ones that just replace everything, like a clash of colors, or even ones that just mute all the colors and make them all the same. NPCs will have the default combat until the games reload. Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
What happened?
After the Sleeper was defeated, the entire Brotherhood lost their minds. Without their master, they were all just empty husks.
And you? What about you?
It was the same for me. I had nightmares and even hallucinations. But once my head was more or less clear again, I ran for it. Once, I thought I saw a huge black shadow pounce on a group of fugitives and burn them all up in a giant cloud of fire. At that moment, I really thought a
I
dragon
didn't know that
had
was a
come to
reason,
kill
though,
me.
Val.
Did you see anything
I don't
else?
think anyone
No.
actually pointed that
I
out
took
to
to
me.
my heels and ran.
Take to your heels? You shouldn't run on your heels. You should run on the balls of your feet.
How long have you been hiding out in this valley?
I don't know exactly. A week, maybe? But there's one more thing. When I came here in the evening, I took a look up on the mountain, and there were only a few trees there. And when I looked the next morning, that tower was there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. Since then, I haven't left the valley.
You mean Zardas's tower? I knew he was powerful, but creating a tower just like that...
Zardas the Necromancer? He lives in that tower? I don't know if I like that.
Don't worry, he's the one who rescued me from the Sleeper's temple. He's on our side.
Yeah, Bogdan, I was actually thinking I should go through as if this is my first time and say I don't recognize anybody. I wish I'd done that with old Lester here. Zardas the cook.
You need to tell Zardas about the shadow.
Zardas.
It could be important.
You don't think it was my imagination? You mean there really was a...
Dragon, yes.
You're getting into the thick of it again, am I right?
I shouldn't say in the thick of it. Not yet.
Well, good. If it's so important, then I'll go see him. But not now. For the moment, I'm going to rest. I'm still exhausted after the escape from the penal colony. I think you've got big plans. I'll see you later at Zardas's.
Zardas.
Wait a minute. What do you know about the area?
If you keep going down that way, you'll come to a farm. The city starts a little way beyond that, but be careful. There's not just wolves and rats hanging around here. There's goblins and bandits, too.
I wonder how... I mean... It implies that Lester got here straight from the valley, so how he would know what's down the road when he hasn't even been there yet. Unless he's just familiar with the landscape of Corinthus already. Zardos. How Zardos is pronounced in the Polish version. Interesting. I did not know that. I know some people would probably try and call him Xardas. I knew somebody, his name was Xavier, but it was pronounced Xavier. And smack! Ow, 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 ow. Wow. Zardos. Or apparently in Arcania they wanted to call him Wardus. But they had a character who insisted on calling him that for some reason. Sardupa? Is that a joke? Or is that for real? Oh, hello, Ratto. Look at this dork. He's having a munch. I actually read through the manual for this while I was installing it the other day. It's funny, but they point out how certain enemies, scavenger type enemies, not like scavengers in the birds, but just enemies that sort of have a scavenger mentality where they just eat anything they find, like the rats and even the actual scavengers, will prioritize corpses over you. So if you're being chased by one and it's dangerous, you can just run past some corpses and they'll stop and eat those instead. But all that AI changes as soon as they take damage, so you can't really fight them and run. He missed nothing like that. Hello, Dota, and hello, Black Secret, sneaking in as always. I actually tried to install DX11. It didn't work, and I was just like, you know what? That's for the best. Ooh, that's a lot of gold. I don't think that was a 50 golder in the Raven. Maybe it was. I'm just not paying attention. Yeah, please don't. We had our fill of that 6 months ago. You contributed more than enough. I'm on Gothic 3. Used to lag in... I mean, Gothic 2. That is what I was worried about, and that's actually why I wanted the DX11, just to fix what frame rate issues I expected. But so far, I haven't had any like slowdowns or anything in the places I remember getting them a lot. I feel like NVIDIA graphics cards do a little bit better with that sort of thing. Because I was on an AMD card on my old laptop when I did the walkthrough years ago. And that's when I used to get really bad slowdowns, especially walking down to the harbor. No, you shan't. Ow.
Nothing there.
The funny thing is, right off the bat, I wouldn't say the game is any easier without Neither Raven. Whoops. Huh? There we go. Jesus. You can have one. Problem is, you never just stop at one. Oh yeah, Kevlorn. I didn't even think of that, and yet he was such a fixture of the game at this point. Yeah, no wolf knife. No letter to bring to Vatras, but the initial dialogue with this guy is the same. Oh yeah, we can use the rusty sword right off the bat. I forgot about that. Yeah, well, I don't know the source material.
Hey, where do you come from? Hmm?
Good for you. So all this is the same. If we just kind of, if we're really dodgy with him, we can
I've come
walk
from
away
the
peacefully.
mountains.
Exactly. You come from the mountains, and that is bad for you. Very bad.
Is
They're
it?
looking for you. A whole bunch of evil guys. There's someone here you absolutely have to talk to. Follow me.
I feel like his head was made skinnier somehow in Night of the Raven.
Who's looking for me?
Half of Carinus is after you, and you're trying to tell me that you don't know anything about it? Ah, I see. You just don't want to talk. So,
Yeah, this is all the same.
you know,
This one.
It's-
I was a.
you come from.
I don't.
I was a.
I don't
so
know
if I were
you.
Then I.
it's
Who's the fellow?
that I don't.
And who would that?
Hey, man,
You can tell me.
10 gold pieces for the name of the guy who raised the bounty.
oh man, I really.
Spit it.
There.
See?
And just don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. If you drop the if you don't have gold on you, you can cheat him.
Can I have the picture?
Sure.
Is there any?
You mean about the area? The farther you go into the wood. I've told you every.
So yeah, we can't warn him about Cavalorn. Oops, I missed that last bit. I didn't realize you had dialogue when you left. Did you say it again? Nope. Yeah, we can't warn him about Cavalorn so he doesn't walk down the path. But we can still come back and warn him about the farmers. How we learn Dexter's name without skipping around. Yep. That's the only way to learn it, but I forget what actually happens when you go speak with Dexter in vanilla. This texture isn't quite working. Also, I think the bandit camp is like less populated in this game, but I again don't remember. It's been a long time. Yeah. Again, he was one of those. I think they brought him back with a plan to use him, but just ran out of time in development. Oh, sorry, answering texts. Archer playthrough? No, we're doing mage again. I want to see how much easier and more powerful mages are in vanilla. I think I only ever did it once in vanilla. Oh yeah, I can't hit meat bugs. They take 2 hits. Holy shit. Yeah. They get their pirate fix soon enough. Well, that's... See, this is all just trying to remind myself of what it was like. Yeah, but I feel like the Risen Pirates weren't that bad until Risen 2, and they decided to go full Disney with it. Alright, so we don't get Cavalorn to help us here. So this fight is quite a bit trickier. I think the idea is to try and get one of them stuck on a post or something. Oh, hang on. That's right. They want to talk to me first.
shouldn't have come here.
Alright, that's a strat, I guess. Ow. Hello, AOC. You guys just have repeat notes, don't they? Oh no, that was my picture. Stop all men who come from the mountains. D. Good old D. Best strat for fighting multiple enemies. Run circles around them. Yeah, that's for the early enemies who do the running charge attack. You change the B. Yeah, we know that. But boglins are not goblins. They actually give damage early. Yep. Well, because it seems like I'm not sure how they changed like resistance and stuff for the sake of the damage calculations. Actually, I think I remember. In Neither Raven, I think, is when they introduced like the 5 damage minimum. But the way it, like, since everyone has higher resistance and the damage calculations are a little bit different. Even if you get a crit, sometimes it only does 5 damage. I don't remember either. I know in Neither Raven it's for crits, it's what is it? It's just strength plus attack. Take that sum and divide it by, or subtract their resistance. I don't know. Actually forgot. Strength plus weapon damage. Right, but then subtract their resistance and then that's your full damage. And I think it's like the same calculation, but 10% of it. Yeah, or divided by 10. But everything has a minimum of 5. Snarl, snarl. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if they changed it much or if it just seems different because damage in armor values are different. I actually don't think armor values changed at all. We'll hold off on the worshipping until later. Oops. Oh, blank save. Iron branches are not stacking. Interesting. Actually, no weapons are stacking. I'm not sure they did stacking weapons in this. Or is that just a bug that I'm encountering now? Buzz, buzz. I know they stack a NotR, but I don't know if it's a bug that there's not stacking now. Interesting. I did not recall that. Enemies run away if you're too strong. Yeah, that is something I wish they brought back, because now all NPCs are basically hyper-aggressive and will attack a troll if they see one. Well, at least the menu more expanded than Gothic 1, but I hate how it's not got sections. Weapon damage, strength minus enemy armor is less than 5. Deal identical. Yeah, exactly. It's a minimum of 5,
Hey,
so if it calculates less
I
than
saw
that.
how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago.
My bow
we
is
would
a
have
boner.
taken you for an escaped convict, and we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the range determination for bows has changed.
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the
filthy
same
rabble.
bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck.
I know the hideout of the bandits.
Do you want to attack them? Count me out. It's much too dangerous. Besides, I have to watch over my sheep. But if you think you can get the riffraff off our backs, the whole farm would be very grateful to you.
I don't usually get that dialogue. I don't know. Oh, hello.
Well done! One dirty beast less!
I don't know, some kind of, like, Western accent. I can't quite identify it. You don't get it because you wiped the place out. Yeah, but, I think, for some reason, like, this guy here, who we don't have to kill, counts as part of the camp. So if we pass it by, then we get that dialogue. I don't know if that means I have to kill him in order to get Malith's, like, quest completed.
One of the farmers outside of town sent me.
What? The farmers know the hideout?
They have noticed the missing sheep.
Damn. Well, then I'll have to move. If they find the hideout empty, maybe they won't keep looking for me.
And off he goes to the campfire up the way. Yeah, we'll see. That avoids having to kill him. Let's get my non-aroused bow out. Yeah, they'll never suspect anybody's by that roaring campfire 20 paces up the road. It occurred in EQ? You mean the bow? Yeah, it's got the, for some reason stuck out. I think we can just fix that by, yeah, there we go. For some reason, I feel like it was a bug in vanilla more than ever occurred in Neither Raven, but if you put the bow away while he's still in the animation to knock a new arrow, yeah, see. So, basically, you interrupt the animation to put it away, then it gets stuck out. It's a rare bug, but it's in Neither Raven it was rare. In this one, you can almost make it happen.
Those
Okay,
bandits
good.
won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos.
Thank
Here,
you, nose.
it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
Why, thank you.
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be...
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see.
Oh, why you gotta be so, like, prejudiced on what farmers look like?
I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
I actually wonder if, there are those two bows in this, in Neither Raven at least, that had the bug where they would constantly, like, the bowstring was constantly, like, pulling and then retracting and shit. I don't know if that also happened in this one.
Why are you hanging around on my land?
None of your
Whose
business.
side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I don't understand.
What? Don't mess with me, boy. I want to know where you stand. So who are you for?
I'm for the peasants.
Ha!
For the
That
peasants.
damned warmonger NotR will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what NotR has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinthus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. NotR was the first of them.
It always amused me how, like, these guys are so touchy about anybody coming by who might be bandits or shit. The fact that we are completely unaware of current events never makes them suspicious that we might have been a convict, for example.
Tell me more about this NotR.
NotR is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Don't smuggle bandits behind their farms? I don't think there's any sign that the farmers were working with him.
Who are those mercenaries that NotR hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
Indeed. Black Wolf, I have to reiterate, please don't caps lock everything. It gets annoying.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice. But I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and NotR sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. And that's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
Sorry, just pouring myself a drink. Viking nail weapon might be better. It wasn't. Actually does 3 less damage than the rusty sword. Oh, put ice on it.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farm hand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give the thing by the look. Anyway.
I hope you don't have to go to the hospital, dude.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Classic picking turnips. This game was the OG farmer simulator. People don't give it enough credit. Too late, Black Wolf, you already did. Whoa. Why's that happened? The world is a lie. It only materializes when I look at it. I don't remember the last time I've even eaten turnips. I think, like, some family members would bring it for Thanksgiving dinner. It would be like mashed turnips or something. I remember having it once. I was just like, these are alright. Turnip soup. Wonder if Thekla's stew has turnips in it. I can't remember if you take too long to bring the turnips
Hey,
if
you.
Lovark gets pissed.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife.
Well,
in the
that was
house.
rude.
Tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Give me the gold because I'm gonna steal
Give
your
me
clothes
5
anyway.
gold pieces.
Here, don't drink it all at once.
Hey man, some vegetables are delicious. Whoa, there's a lot of footsteps. I don't know why I like bugged the footsteps. For some reason, a lot of the sounds of like eating and opening things are not working right. Damn it, I keep doing that. Between the haystacks. I'm true lighting. Oh, there is. Holy shit. Do I always miss that one? Okay, I don't know. Sounds work there. Yeah, I never knew about it
Hey,
either.
you! I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Wonder why all the... I feel like I never noticed before, but all the female faces are like... Well, the mouths don't match up with, like, the mesh on their... face, so when they talk, it's just stretching their face.
Give me the
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Imagine a 2019 Gothic game. I don't know. I'm not sure I trust anybody to make it at this point. Well, if you compare it with Elex graphics, it definitely would not be that outstanding.
Can you give me...
Here.
I just don't feel like anyone's gonna quite get it right. You know? I don't need to buy wine from Vino. I already got it from Malith.
And how goes the work?
I think it does.
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Ye of little faith.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
AOC, if you are wearing the farmer's clothes, and you go talk to Canthar, he won't offer to sell you a pass. It's not really a trick, there's no point to it, but he just won't. He thinks you're a farmer, so he doesn't think to make the offer to get you into town. That's all it is.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got it from, huh?
Got it from Malith.
Who cares? Well, thanks anyway. Lobart will only hear the best about you.
Heard about a fusion PB was taken over? What the hell you mean? There's something I want to show with Canthar. What was it? Well, there's a, oh, that's right, Pablo. God, that's gonna be tricky. I'll have to make it work. The best way to do that, I think, would be to side with Canthar. Because the whole point is that he screws you over, even if you help him, if you go through a really weird, unfortunate string of dialogues with Pablo. It's something I ran into once and, like, blew my mind. I was like, how the fuck did this happen? But, well, you don't have to return the favor, but you also don't have to return the favor if you just don't accept his pass, which we're not going to because we don't need it. But, Vassar, yeah, I'm gonna try and do it in sequence so I can actually have it just in a cohesive, like, video clip. But it's not quite like that, Ballad. The only way it happens is if you try and deny association with the bandits, and then ask Pablo again about them afterwards. He'll go to Lord Andre, say something suspicious about this guy. Lord Andre will kind of ask around town, and then Canthar will blow the whistle on you. It's the same, Vassar, it's the same quest he gives you to deal with Sarah. The only difference is I don't think he gives you a reward. If you accept the pass, he won't give you a reward for doing the quest. If you refuse the pass, He'll blackmail you into doing it anyway, but he will give you a reward at the end. Cyberpunk might be interesting. I'm more enthused about it since the last E3 demo than I was previously. So that's the thing. I've never actually taken the pass from him, so I don't remember if that's true, if he doesn't give you a reward. But I think that was the case. Buzz. Yeah, the way things kind of interlace with quests in this game is truly outstanding. I think Sarah does. I don't remember the comparison. Sarah, I think, gives you an axe. NotR gives you a cutlass. I think Sarah's is a little bit better.
Who do we have here? You're
None of
on
your
your way to
business.
the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
Do ya?
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
Now that is a straight up lie there, because all that does is get you in the gate. If you continue to cause trouble, that pass does not help you in any way.
Now, keep your paper.
I seem to have misjudged you, huh? Well, do you want something else? Can I interest you in my wares?
So AOC, if you wear the farmer's clothes here, he will just say, "How goes the work, peasant?" and he won't bring up the pass at all. But when you run into him in town, he will know that you're a convict anyway.
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
Yeah, I think this is the sword he gives you, which is actually, it does twice as much damage in the Raven, I think. The halberd weapon always amused me, because that is definitely not a halberd.
Take your...
The pass is completely useless. Also, we never have a need for a pickaxe in this game, because there is no mining.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Now, I thought she gave you the ship axe or whatever. Micro halberd. Well, a halberd is a pole weapon, and that's just an axe. Yeah, I know my pole weapons from my
Hey,
two-handed weapons.
here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
God, this woman asked me to do her a favor and gets so pissed off when I do it. Axe is a blade on a short pole. It's a blade on a shaft. Halberd is a... it's basically an axe on the end of a long pole. So it's a pole weapon. Wing-a-wing-a-wing-wing. Yeah, that's kind of the point. I feel like monsters do the side scoop more often than this. Ow. There's no such thing as a micro halberd. Also, no buttons to press on the stone arches. No, that's not true, Valid, because as soon as you run past him in town, that's when he forces you into the quest to blackmail Sarah. He knows you're a convict once you're in town. It ain't a halberd at all. It needs to be a long pole weapon. That's how halberd do. Yes, he is guaranteed to call you out as a convict, even if you're wearing the farmer's clothes when he sees you in town. That's just guaranteed to happen. Let's start banning people who say short halberd. Because there is no such thing. Y'all are spreading lies. Alright, well. We're done here. Better move on. Morningstar is not a Morningstar, yeah. I don't even remember the Morningstar in Gothic 1. Oops. I don't understand these clothes, like... What the hell are they made out of? And why are the sleeves, the white sleeves, so puffy? Puffy ass sleeves. They look like swamp camp weapons. I don't remember. I'm sure like... I'm sure like the brown clothes are wool, but... I understand the white clothes underneath it. Yeah, why do we wear white clothes to go mess about in the mud? Sword, please. The side swings the side swings with like the basic weapon technique are like worthless because they're so much slower than the normal swings. Have a soup. Unrefined wool. No such thing. I just don't understand why you would wear clothes like this. I would think if you're working in the field, you would want some lighter clothes. And like more breathable, sensible clothes. And you need something that's pretty durable. It's just not like catching on twigs and ripping and shit, but... We talked to the city guards, try to convince you to let you in. I haven't done that in ages. I just know if you are really insistent, they will just beat you up. Oh, let's have some fun with it. Because we're gonna use the alternate way to get into town anyway.
Halt!
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. And we got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
Oh, it's always about money.
I need to see the leader of the Paladins. I've got an important message for him.
Oh, and what important message might that be?
The hosts of evil are camped in the Valley of Carinus.
In the Valley of Mines? You come from there? Have you seen the army?
Yes, I was in the Valley of Carinus. I saw some gigantic dragons.
You liar. The pass to the valley is held on both sides. No one gets through. Ah, get out of here.
I like how he doesn't question the dragons. He questions us being in the valley. Drop down to the gate and climb up behind the right guard. Yeah, I know that trick. And could you please? Could you please? Alright, well, screw you then. Yeah, dorks. Yeah, we can sneak right in that way, but...
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I assume everything more or less results in him calling me a liar. Yeah, that's a truly easy way. The best part about that is that's not technically a glitch the way like the strafe trick works. So if you're doing that, it's fair. Can't be blamed for just exploiting the you know, faults of the game. You're not breaking anything, you're not cheating. Lighthouse best way? Well, we're gonna go the other way, the non-lighthouse way, because everyone acts like it's even easier. But the lighthouse way, I think, is a little bit easier because you don't have to try and dodge an orc out there. Well, yeah, because apparently beating some guy up for his sword, he's playing the game like a little bitch. That's what I've learned. Well, it's not just the orcs. There's also the wolves out here. Like, I just don't understand how this is supposed to be easier, because you have to get past the wolves, the shadow beast, and the orc. There's, like, no room to dodge them all. At least I don't think there is. Maybe if we stick to the wall here, we can get around the wolves. Alright, well, I lied. Cave orc? What cave orc? No orcs in that cave. Banditos. Oh crap! He's a full strength bloodfly. Help! You work on the on the other side, yeah. I always kill that one. So I guess getting out here is easier than I thought. Let's try orking it. Damn, we actually do actual damage. Fuck, that hurt. Pretty sure if he gets a crit, he can one-shot us, so you have to be cautious. Stop it. Owie. And he's going nuts. There's some kind of input lag, like he's just not attacking when I tell him. What the hell's going on? It's weird, he did his combo backwards there, like all the animations. I feel like I'm the only one who would have noticed that. I win. Ain't that hard. Yeah, the only orc scout in the entire game. He's also, like, he is actually really unique because even the, like, all the orcs are... What am I saying? He's not just orc warrior with a different name. He actually does less damage, he's got less health, and he gives less XP. He's a lower level. LCD monitor input lag. Hunt with Bartok after killing the orc. No, he points out the orc. Oh. Oh, no, I see what you mean now. We're actually going to try that. Are these banditos difficult? Do they have the crappy AI? If I can kill them now, I might. Loot's behind the rock. I'll swing back and get it. I have to use the restroom. I will be right back. No, you cannot. Background, point out the orc as if you actually fight with him. Interesting. I'll get the goddamn loot. You looter. Nope. So I don't know if these bandits have the easy AI and if I can deal with them now. Be pretty cool if I could. Most of them are loafers. Well, you never know. Some of the bandits you can encounter this early, like the lighthouse ones, don't have the bad AI. I'm not sure about these ones. We'll find out. Dank-ass cave. Looks like a solitary loafer. Oh, he's gonna rip me to pieces. Look at this dork. Dork among us. No, that ain't much effect. Oh, come at me, fool. Hello. Can you not? Dead. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill the ones inside since there's a group of them. I'm not playing Metro Exodus because it's, I don't want to do the stupid Epic store. That's pretty much the only reason. Oh, he knows I'm here. I feel like I need to...
I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
Get loafed. Ah, fank. Ow. Holy shit, that hurt. Val, you know how disappointed I am. And the problem is, Xseed hasn't said anything since that happened, and that's what really upsets me. Is like they're just ignoring the problem, and I know that nobody's really going to hold them to task for it anymore. And that upsets me. So I want them to man up and fix their shit. Because their games are good. I love when you kill them from behind. They have this slow, like, Hollywood death. But when you kill them from the front, they just flop.
I know nothing about picking locks.
It's not even a mistake. It's something they did deliberately, and they think it's justified. Just because they've always done it. It's like, well, if I've always kicked dogs my whole life, I would change that fucking policy because it's horrible. Witcher's gonna be a little wild-boggling because this is the only stream I'm doing this weekend. Next weekend I'm moving, so I won't be streaming then. Probably won't be Witcher 3 for a couple weeks. Yeah, fuck capitalism. Need to seize the means of production. Oh, I fell. No. Oh, bollocks. Boglin, I don't know if you ever caught the streams, but I was streaming these games called East, which are made by a company called Falcom, but they've been ported over the last few years by an American company called Exceed. And they recently got called out because it was discovered they were removing developers' names from the credits if they left the company before the game got released. So that's a load of bullshit, and I basically said I'm not going to stream their games until they change that policy, but nobody's really followed up on it, so it doesn't seem like they're going to change it. It's just bullshit. Like, there's no reason to act like somebody's contribution to the game is no longer valid just because they don't work for you anymore. If they do that too, then that's even fucking worse. I didn't see anything that said they did that. That's really shitty. The problem is their games, their ports of the games are really good. And it really upsets me that they have an attitude like that. Oh, that one snuck up on me. Well, that's the thing. Some people have called them out. Jim Sterling did a video. People like Epic Name Bro have shouted at them on Twitter. But it's just nobody's continuing to put pressure on them. Everyone just kind of let it drop. I hope it's something that they're just going to be like, just for the PR, they're going to bring it back up themselves and say they're not doing it anymore. And if they're really sensible, they'll patch those names back into the credits. But I'm sure they're not going to do that. That's pretty much what I said I'm doing, Vassar. I own most of the games, unfortunately, already, but I'm not going to stream them. I'm not going to buy another one until... Yeah. I mean, everyone votes with their wallets, and that's a sensible way to do it in this day and age. But unfortunately, a lot of people just cannot help themselves. And will let companies get away with this because they still want the games. That's why EA gets away with this shit. Constantly. You know, their loot boxes, aka surprise mechanics. Because people will still buy Battlefront 3 whenever that comes out. They'll buy the next Battlefield. Gonna buy that. What's the new one coming out? Lost Order or something? People are gonna buy the hell out of that. I mean, didn't do that when they got called out. Yeah, well. Did they actually remove his name from the credits? Because I feel like they couldn't get away with that. And it does say Kojima Productions in the splash screen, so... It's not like they tried to pretend he didn't make it. They're just acting like his contribution is irrelevant now that he doesn't work for them anymore. Really? Interesting. Yeah, I know they removed it from the box art and all advertisement. I think we're gonna try and rob the Paladin ship. Damn it, I keep doing that! Hello. No! Oh, come on, I was right on it. There we go. No! Damn it! This guy's not at all suspicious. He sees me jumping on the rope, trying to get onto the ship. I feel like it should be... I'm surprised it isn't like a law that anybody who works on the game needs to be in the credits. Yeah, unfortunately, I know a lot of people like that. I mean, I knew people who, even when, like, the X-Bone was announced and everyone was freaking out about, like the always online requirements and the mandatory Connect tie-in and everything they said they were doing, people were still... Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to go down. People were still going to... I knew people who still said, yeah, that all sucks, but I still want an Xbox. And I was just like, you dense motherfuckers. Really? I mean, how... I don't understand why people... They have to... Some people just have brand loyalty to the companies that legitimately do not need loyalty. It's insane. Probably should have done this during the daytime. Well, these guys seem to have a superior paladin armor. These guys don't patrol. They're gonna be harder to avoid. What is with the sounds? I don't know what these sounds are going on. These paladins are hilarious because they won't call you. I don't think all of them will call you out, but even the ones that will, they won't come up to you. They'll only catch you. That was close. Oh shit, oh shit, I didn't even see these guys. You gonna say anything? Yes, you are. Shit. I'm gonna trap myself. Do not.
Alarm!
Alarm. Oh shit, he got me.
I'll skewer you, bastard.
Oh, he killed me. Excuse me? Okay, that didn't work. I died. Yeah, that's a bullshit mentality. Alright, so this is actually harder to loot in vanilla because it seems like the patrol patterns have changed. There's guys standing in places they don't usually hang out. Yeah, I don't get the people who feel the need to defend multi-billion-dollar corporations like they're just small, harassed indie developers or something. It is truly unnecessary and almost disturbing. Now they moved around a bit, so that was easier to do. Also, another sweet thing about vanilla is that The permanent potions give you 5 stat points instead of 3. We got a ringy thing. Stone skin. Why? I don't understand. Why is the draw weapon still... Oh yeah, more rat fat. Yeah, that's the only other way you can get it without getting it from... him later. Like I try to jump and he just draws weapon instead. Okay, that's why. Put to something random. I need to sneak out. I still want those bags of gold upstairs. You know nothing. Don't come at me. He's coming at me. Fuck, get off the cannon. Oh god. Oh god. Shit. I'm doomed! Alright, whatever. We'll leave the leather satchel. I missed my calling as a camp burglar.